I'm actually really excited to play with this deck. I've been thinking about it a lot. I like tempo decks like this, so I can only assume the fact that I'm excited to play this means that we're gonna quickly go through with it. This is a pseudo burn deck. It's got 7 lightning bolts in it. I think it would be playable. I don't know if it would be particularly good, but it would definitely be playable. Am I excited for tomorrow? Hopefully I'm ready for tomorrow. I forgot to ping people in Discord. I should do that. There's a good chance. This is Jun. That's not too terrible for us. There's a good chance if they're if they're Mardu, that matchup's pretty rancid for us. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start at 9 like usual. And go to bed early tonight. Vendilion Clique and Sprite both enabling Wizard Lightning is kind of sweet though. I assume this Delver is just about to eat a fat one here, but we're definitely just running him out. Oh, Delver, my Delver. Things worth noting with Wizard Lightning. This is not a Delver on. This is not a wizard on the backside. He gives up his wizarding ways to become an insect. I think I want to just hold Mana Leak here, because if we get Liliana the Veiled, we just like feel real terrible. Even I was gonna say even Termagant's not stellar here. It's not a bad draw. So we're going to play the Scalding Tarn out here, so if the Delver lives, we can Pseudo Scry with the trigger. Let's see what kind of candy Bloodbraid Elf finds for them. Opponent trying to figure out how to tap red and green mana here. You did it! Yay! Bobfadant. Okay, so this is interesting. I have to kind of decide like what role I want to take here at this point. I kind of think I want to just be aggressive. It's like they're at 17. I have to decide at this point, am I killing the Bob or am I taking a more controlling role here? They're at 17. I'm probably supposed to kill the Bob at this point. Probably supposed to kill the Bob at this point. I think we're not quite. We don't have them anywhere near low enough to like plan to race that. Survey says nope. Yeah, especially without a Delver flip there. Like maybe I'm supposed to shuffle that. I don't know. It's not terrible. Protects us from like a lightning bolt or another discard spell. We have Snap Leak up here. We also have Snap Wizard Lightning. That is definitely leakable. That one is not something we can race. Survey says nope. It's really unfortunate that we've drawn 5 lands. Like, we're playing a 23 land deck, but like we also have 6 creature lands in our deck. So like it's pretty unfortunate for us that like we've drawn this many lands and we don't have any creature lands. Like if we had creature lands here, we'd be able to race a lot more efficiently. So like not only are we not flipping the Delver, but like we also don't have a creature land to play. I mean, if you've ever watched me play Grixis Delver in Legacy, you'll know that my Delvers in Legacy aren't particularly better. So like this isn't a Modern problem. This is a Jeff Hoagland problem. It's a pretty good draw though. So am I supposed to kill this Liliana? Probably. Probably supposed to kill this Liliana. They have like another one I feel like really terrible that I just spent my attack on that though. It's possible I'm just like supposed to ignore that. So I'm actually going to go ahead and bolt the Bloodbraid Elf here because they have another creature land anyways, and like firing up a creature line requires them to spend mana to keep interacting with me, my health total, so I think I'd rather have that happen. Yep, that's a big goave. Sarah C with the $10 donation. Democracy for Bantelois, please. New Spirit Lord hype. 10 out of 10. Yep. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Electrolyze is not bad. Yeah, it's very possible I should have just, like, gone into full race mode. Very, very possible. Let's see if they want to fire up Ravine or Treetop Village here. Morning, Pokey Lookie. Alright, so before blocks, let's go ahead and fetch an island here. And cast this here, Electrolyze. We're going to be dead to a bolt. Dead to a few things here. I think Chad is correct that the turn I chose to kill the Liliana of the Veil, I made a mistake. Yeah, Twitch has been having issues on hosting recently, which is annoying. Alright, so they're dead to Snapcaster, they're dead to Wizard Lightning, they're dead to Electrolyze. They're not dead to Mutavault. That's unfortunate. This does give me another turn, though, right? Because I can Lightning Bolt their thing and then Chump Block their Tarmogoyf and then have a redraw next turn. You can Bolt the Treetop and then Chump the Goyf. And obviously we're, like, dead to removal or dead to discard spells here, but we're going to play to our outs. Yes. Yep, this is a good line from the opponent. Yeah, so I think if I would have ignored the first Liliana of the Veil, I probably would have gotten there. It also, like I said, kind of sucked to flood without a creature land a little bit, but I think I could have used I think I misassessed my game plan a little bit with what I was doing. Alright, so what are we accomplishing here? This is definitely a roast Dismember matchup. Spell Snare's great. Mana Leak's a little mediocre, I think. Lava Man might be okay in the board. I don't think I want Negate or Abrade or Dispel. We're also just like not playing a lot of cantrips, so you don't put a ton of cards in the discard pile either. I think that's just what I want to do. Yeah, let's do this. What about Negate over Remand for Liliana of the Veil? No, I'd rather just put them behind and draw a card. I would keep Mana Leak in my deck before I boarded in Negate. I think if I identified that like I wanted or felt like I wanted more hard counters, I'd rather just have more Mana Leaks. So that way I can stop their actual creatures. Yeah, I think that turn I attacked they ended basically at 1 because of the bolt in my hand. So if I would have left that Liliana there, I could have probably killed them. This game doesn't have a threat. It's got like reasonable spells in it. Worth noting the Wizard Lightning isn't quite castable. Figured out it was time to give the King of the Shills a few more bells. Thanks for the content and hard work. Bump my choice towards Dealer's Choice. Thank you, Trax. I appreciate it. Will do. Thanks for the support and for the 21 months on top of that. It's like, what are they playing that costs 1? They have Grim Lava Man of their own. It's pretty good against us. Morning, JMP. It is possible I'm supposed to have Mana Leak instead of Remand. I don't remember what I used to do in this matchup. No, I've never played Yu-Gi-Oh before. Zero thoughts or opinions on Yu-Gi-Oh. Never played it. Wizard Lightning looking worse than Burst Lightning here for sure. It's always funny to me when people come in like within the first 15-20 minutes of the stream and they're like, are you okay? Are you sick? And it's just like, no, it's just, you know, it's like 10 to 9. Still getting fully in the swing of things. So we don't really want to play the Clique out because then they can Grim Lavamancer it. I think I'm just supposed to Wizard Lightning this Grim Lavamancer for 3, which like feels pretty bad. I guess I just like let the Inquisition resolve here, and then I can like hold the Spell Snare up / end step Wizard Lightning if they don't give me something to snare. That was Pokemon. I spent a lot of time playing Pokemon TCG. I played one of their regional tournaments. One of my buddies at the time was into Pokemon, and the gameplay was fun. One more month until I become a Knight of the Realm, provided it hasn't been burned down by then. Bilbo, thank you for the 11-month 3 subscription. Welcome back. Yeah, there's the Pokemon article. And when I threw these in, like, we have like 15 wizards in the deck, and I like wasn't sure if this was like a reasonable inclusion or not. And like watching this game play out, it definitely feels like it wasn't, right? Like if this had been like a Burst Lightning or just like an actual always 1-mana spell, I would have been able to kill their Grim Lavamancer on 1, and then I would have been able to play my Vendilion Clique before it got Inquisition of Kozilek, which is like relevant. Those are like things I want to think about while I'm playing with the cards in this deck list. In the past, I played Burst Lightning, past Lightning Bolt as another way to have reach and pseudo removal. This Bloodbraid Elf is probably going to bury us. It's a Kitchen Finks. I'm going to fetch a Steam Vents tapped here. It could maybe get value off of a Delver, but like, we're probably just going to have a Delver eat it if we draw one anyways, so Snap Remand is not bad. So if you look at my deck, the entire deck is instant speed, so I would not want to play a sorcery speed card like that. I don't think. I think I'd rather play another instant speed card. It's not. It's supposed to be here this afternoon. We ordered it on Tuesday with 2-day shipping. That's really unfortunate. I think I'm just supposed to snap Remand this just to draw a card. Just like put a creature into play. I guess I can just target Wizard Lightning here. Yeah, I'm just going to target Lightning, actually. I guess the downside to this is they kill this in response, and then I can't use the Lightning. God, this card is really fucking bad, huh? I'm glad we figured that out. Match 1, game 1. Like, this entire match is just like... This entire game is just, like, fucked because of this Wizard Lightning card not being Burst Lightning or, like, any other red spell. That's why we test things. That's why we play some games. It's funny, this exact interaction about Snapcaster Mage with it is something that had definitely come up in my mind when I was like putting these in the deck. I was like, well, they can just kill my Snapcaster Mage in response to me targeting it, and then like I can't flash it back. It was like really bad. So like in addition to making my... I'm actually going to main phase this click here because I can take a Terminator or a Lightning Bolt. It's a little bit worse against Liliana the Veil, I guess, but I could take that too if they have it. Fatal Push. Alright, well, I'm going to take their Bloodbraid Elf here. That is not one that interacts profitably with what we have going on. This does give them the ability to have more chances to draw a fetch land to Fatal Push my Vendilion Clique, but I think I'm okay with that. I'm going to save my thing. Fairy Miscreant seems like a really terrible card. It flies at least, right? That's the one that Pauper plays, right? Yeah, playing a 1/1 flyer for 1 is just like, that's not... That doesn't really sound like a place I want to be in life. So their hand is Fatal Push Scavenging Ooze currently. Like on the list of things that like sound playable in Modern, that does not sound playable. Like Delver, I talk about pretty constantly on this stream that like if you're gonna play a deck in Modern, you want it to be proactive and you generally want to generate a non-zero amount of free wins with it. Like play my Delver on the play, flip it to Mana Leak is like it's not a guaranteed free win, but like it's pretty fucking close. It's very good. All right, so this Wizard Lightning can actually kill the Scavenging Ooze right now, which is nice. Which means I do need to find a way to deal with this Kitchen Finks at some point. Probably need like a Snapcaster Mage to grind through it. Hopefully they didn't draw like Terminate here. We know they have Fatal Push and X. I drew a third Bolt. Gross. Well, that's a good draw. Alright, well. This Wizard Lightning technically lets us keep this Kitchen Finks from killing us next turn. Snapcaster. Faerie Conclave. We are dead. AGH, I almost timed you out there and then I noticed your sub badge. That's like really rude. Like, and again, like, this is why it makes it hard to evaluate decks. Like, we lost the first game because I misassessed my role, not because the deck came up short. And we lost the second game because Wizard Lightning is probably a bad card choice and not going to do what I really want it to do. So like, that's a big part of like why people fail to innovate and work on new things a lot of the time is because they're bad at assessing things and they give up too quickly and they don't correctly identify why they're losing games and why they're having the results that they have, as opposed to like thinking critically about the things that are going on in their game. Hey, Ride Machete with the Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome back. I do appreciate it. Sometimes, actually, oftentimes, while you are testing, while you're testing things, losing games is often more important than winning games. Like, sure, if your only goal is to, like, grind Moto tickets, like, losing games is worse than winning games. But, like, if your only goal is to grind Moto tickets, maybe you should consider going to work instead of playing Magic Online. No, I don't think so, Serp. So like, for people that like haven't followed my content since the beginning, since the dawn of time, this is actually the first modern deck I played a ton with. Actually, top 16 to Grand Prix with this deck back in 2013, and I top 64 to another Grand Prix in 2014. I played this deck a lot, and actually, for people that are familiar with your modern timelines, that means Jund had, what's it called, legal during that time? Jund had copies of Bloodbraid Elf legal during that time, and the Jund matchup was always very close during that. Yeah, they had Deathrite Shaman legal during some of that time too. And I was flipping coins against those decks while they had Bloodbraid Elves and Deathrite Shamans. Most Jund decks don't play many or any copies of Collective Brutality. I think I'm gonna remand this. They can't replay it this turn, and this way, like, next turn I can go, like, play a land, activate my Mutavault, crack you for 5, hold up Spell Snare. So, somebody donated for me to run back an updated version of the Blue-Red Delver list that I had played forever ago. So that's what this is. And after we were playing Blue-Black Fairies, I was like, oh, this was my favorite Spellstutter Sprite list forever. And, like, one of the things that, like, Blue-Black Fairies really feels like it's missing a lot of the time is that it really feels like it needs a way to close the game out with Lightning Bolts and Snapcaster Mages, which is what this deck is very good at. So that was a different variation of this deck. So I played a Grixis Fairies deck at the Invitational in Las Vegas in 2015, I think, at the end of 2015. I think end of 2015 sounds right. Yeah, the Grixis build didn't have Delvers in it. Alright, so Storm. I've got all these Wet Balls. I've got a Dispel. I've got a Negate. I've got Negates. I cut these Electrolyzes. I think I'm supposed to cut these Cryptic Commands. I'm pretty sure they're too slow. These Vapor Snags are probably bad too. That's pretty clean. One of the really nice things about having all this removal is that I get to keep in 7 pieces of removals. If you want to see my Blue-Black Fairies deck list, you can go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. All of my streams get archived there, and the deck lists are in the video description. I don't think I want Firespouts or Staticaster. I don't know if I need to hedge Goblins. Like, this deck has so much disruption in it and plays at instant speed so well that I feel like I can just prevent them from comboing at all. No, Damping Sphere is very bad. That's why I keep putting it in my sideboards. So this is, so what Jazz Batoons just did there is a very typical Magic player thing that's very annoying, and it's why people are bad at evaluating cards. So, Damping Sphere, and this is what a lot of people think this when they see cards like Damping Sphere. Damping Sphere doesn't read pay 2 mana, resolve this, beat the Storm deck. What Damping Sphere reads is pay 2 mana, resolve this, have disruption on the board, that when you pair with pressure allows you to win the game. So good hate cards, well-designed hate cards, don't one-hit KO your opponent. They don't one-hit KO your opponent. They are a piece in a winning puzzle. And I feel like there's even like a lot of Magic professionals that like look at cards like this and they go, Damping Sphere is not good enough because it doesn't beat Storm and it doesn't beat Tron. There are no single cards that beat Storm and beat Tron. Like that doesn't exist. That's why Storm and Tron are good modern decks. These are cards that have a meaningful impact on the game, that when you pair with other cards that have a meaningful impact on the game, allow you to have enough chance out, that allow you to have enough of a chance to be competitive against decks that could otherwise give you difficulty. They're the yeah, exactly, Interonics. They're part of that 1-2 punch, like. Yeah, seems pretty good. Someone asked about Chain Whirler versus Staticaster. I think those cards do functionally different things. Chain Whirler is, 1, it's a more aggressive card. 2, it's harder to cast. 3, it's what's the word that I'm searching for? I'm blanking on the word I'm trying to find. Staticaster provides continued recurring value. Also, like, this deck has 4 basic islands, 4 Mutavaults, and 2 Faerie Conclaves in it. So, like, trying casting a triple red card. Yeah, people, I feel like people expect every hate card that gets printed in Modern to be, like, Stony Silence for the archetype it's supposed to be a hate card for, when in reality, like, Stony Silence is, like, the pinnacle of obnoxious hate cards, right? So this is actually really important. We want to Wizard Lightning this in response to the Delver trigger, because if the Delver flips, it won't be a wizard anymore. So let's do this before we hopefully flip this bad guy. Yeah, flip it. See, check it. See. Yeah, Damping Sphere is a very good card. I think it's worth including, and I think a lot of people, again, like, I feel like the people that, like, shit on Damping Sphere or, like, talk about it not doing enough in Modern just, like, don't appreciate what the card's supposed to be doing. They brought in Damping Spheres. Damping Sphere in Burn is kind of obnoxious. I don't mind Molten Rain in Burn, because Molten Rain is at least a card that, like, Burn can bring in against Jeskai Control, and Jeskai Control is not an amazing matchup for Burn. I really don't want to play Lantern, Justin. It creates such grindy, slow, miserable games of Magic. I just don't enjoy playing it. And, like, now, if they don't do anything here that I care about, I get to, like, drop this Vendilion Clique. Is it doing something genuinely unique or different, Justin? Or is it just, like, typical barbershops? Are you actually trying something unique, or are you just, like, trying to get me to play the deck? Maybe if you can sell me on something neat you're trying to do, I might give it a shot for you, because, well, you're Justin. Got in Giga Drowse. Alright, well, we definitely want to take Giga Drowse here, right? Like, that's not close. Get that shit out of here. I am so happy that this works now. I really like Barbershop because I want a timeout. God bless. Ooh, we found a piece of lethal candy. Who likes lethal candy, chat? Lethal candy! Boop. Boop. I mean, we had our combo that game. We went turn 1 Delver, turn 2 flip my Delver to counterspell. Remember when I said you want your deck to have some amount of nut draws that just kill people? That's our nut draw. That's why there's Delver secrets in their deck. My mom always said I couldn't eat that. Look at that. We did no 3. Punted to Jund. I still think these Wizard Lightnings are probably bad. Maybe 3 of them are ambitious. Maybe it should be like 1 Wizard Lightning, 2 Burst Lightning. It's like, getting stuck with multiple of these when I don't have a wizard out probably feels pretty rancid. That's actually what happened to the Jund matchup, right? Like, I had 2 of them and no wizard. Yeah, right, JMP? This land is fucking awesome in this archetype, by the way. When I played this deck forever ago, these didn't exist. It's funny, my buddy and I that worked on the deck would always talk about, like, man, what would we give for, like, a blue-red fast land in this archetype? What's going on, Ryland? Morning. Mutavault can technically make Wizard Lightning cost. I didn't think about that, actually. So Mutavault technically makes Wizard Lightning cost 2. That's interesting. That's interesting. I feel like a non-zero number of Wizard Lightning is probably fine. But, like, I feel like 3 is probably too many. You know, that's actually an interesting comment, Supa. So, like, it's different than Delver, but I wonder if I should test Thing in the Ice in the Delver slot. Because, like, Thing in the Ice is good with Spellstutter Sprite and Snapcaster Mage, and even Vendilion Clique to a degree, right? And it, like, gives me a main deck Pseudo Sweeper. I wonder if that's a thing I should try in here. I feel like I'm going to put that on my list of things to try. All of the people with the crowns are special to me, Anoronix. And to be fair, your crown is the biggest and the best of the crowns. We're going to play the Jeskai TT Ascension deck tomorrow as part of the burn stream, actually. Valakut. We need to draw some more lands here, but we're in an okay spot other than that. Now, I don't think the Wizard counterspell is very good. I think it's gonna be cancel more often than counterspell, and I'd rather just have mana leaks and remands. Land. Tilt. What am I doing here? I think I'm just remanding again because I really want to try and hit my land drop. That's not bad. So we'll probably play 2 mana counter plus Vulture Face here. Send this upstairs. I know what some of those cards do. I hope this doesn't become the jumping off player for new people in Modern. I really feel like pitching this deck to people in Modern is going to be like give them the wrong feelings of the format. Like, this deck is like everything that's wrong with Modern. So this is interesting. So am I supposed to Electrolyze this 1/1 here? Because if I let them hit me with this, they actually get to Scapeshift me on one less land, which is pretty annoying. Like, if I keep this off the table, at the same time though, I really just want to Snap Bolt them this turn. I think it's worth taking the damage so I can Snap Bolt them. And just like get pressure going. I think it's more important that I just like get my thing on the table this turn. We could also die to Escape Shift next turn though now. They just don't want their land to die. If you've ever been 4-for-1 by a Culligan's command that like shattered an artifact and shocked you, you'll understand why they're playing Spire. Snap Bolt block is interesting because they probably wouldn't trade. That's actually a really interesting idea. Second mana leak's a great draw here because it means we can double leak of Escape Shift next turn. Yeah, you really can't appreciate how far Magic V4 has come until you've watched some of V3. It's really bad. I myself hadn't fully appreciated how far we'd come. Until I went back and watched some of that video. So for those of you that missed it, I think it's on my clipboard here. Where is it? I think this is it. If you don't have the clipboard manager on your computer, you don't know how much your life could change. So this video is me playing an iteration of this deck from early 2014, and it's me streaming. It's me streaming on Magic Online V3. I linked it on Twitter and in the subs Discord. That shock there actually seems pretty good for us. So like, yeah, this is fine. Search for tomorrow. Yeah, that's fine. Hey, Kosin with the brand new tier 1 sub. Thank you very much and welcome back. I appreciate that. Thank you for the continued support. Ooh, that's really bad for us. They get to start killing my threats here. Did not think of that. Let's send this upstairs. I go to 6 here. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. That's true. V3 did not hemorrhage memory like V4 does. That is definitely the case. It makes me miss having hair. Right? But what is wrong with Titan Shift? It doesn't, in my opinion, Titan Shift doesn't create interesting or stimulating gameplay. It sends the wrong message about Modern, which is that most of your choices don't matter and you should just ignore your opponent and try and linear them. Okay. So Mead Hall still exists, but it's another Sakura Tribelder. So I guess I'm just supposed to Electrolyze their dome here and then like hope to hit double burn spell. I think is what's supposed to happen here. All right, bolts and electrolyzes are lethal. Cryptic Command. That's actually pretty good, huh? That buys, I think that buys us a turn. No, it was a custom Pandora thing. I can't Conclave because they'll sacrifice their Sakura Tribelder to deal damage to my Conclave. They have a Summoner's Pact to pay for here, which is not irrelevant. Second Valakut. Well, that's unfortunate. So what am I supposed to do here? I just tap their creatures, draw a card, right? Because I'm dead. I'm dead to a land or a ramp spell regardless. So like any ramp spell for a mountain kills us here because they've got 12 in these Sakura Tribelders. No, I don't want to bounce. If I bounce, I'm still dead to a ramp spell because if I bounce their land, they just double sack Sakura Tribelder in response and deal 12 to me, putting me to 2, which means I'm still dead to Lightning Bolt or any ramp spell. So bouncing a Valakut doesn't actually help me here, chat. That play has no value. I'm still dead to the same things if I bounce a Valakut as if I don't bounce a Valakut, so I should just take my card draw to try and draw my burn spell to kill them, hoping they don't have a ramp spell or a bolt. Yep. It's a close game. It's a close game. Tap, bounce, on upkeep would have worked. I mean, I don't know they have a second Valakut in their hand is the thing. There's no guarantee that they have the second Valakut, so I think that play is bad because if I bounce during their upkeep, then they have Primeval Titan or Scape Shift to kill me. Like, guaranteed, so I think that play's pretty bad. They're on Pact, so I think this Dispel might be fine. Electrolyze is a little bit medium here. Vapor Snag is pretty terrible. I guess Electrolyze is probably better than that. I mean, it kind of makes sense if you're like Psychic and know that they have a second Valakut. So like it's a shit play if they don't have a second Valakut, and like we don't know that they have a second Valakut. So I think it's wrong because like people are being like super results based, saying you should do it during their upkeep because like they now know that they have the second thing. That's not even about hindsight. That's just like it's not a good play with the information that we have. Like again, Dispel also counters Lightning Bolt, which kills our threats. So I think Dispel is reasonable. Honestly, keeping this other Electrolyze might be fine just because like it kills Bloodbraid Elf, which is a card we generally need to kill, and it doesn't cost us a card. Magic players are really results oriented in their arguments because it's very difficult, and you have to be a reasonably the level of player you have to be at to be able to consistently get around being results based is higher than the average Magic player is at. Even I fall into being results based on occasion. Like it's very difficult not to be. You have to be like actively seeking out every possible outcome and thinking through like, well, was I actually supposed to do that, or am I only thinking I was supposed to do that because of what I now know? And a lot of the time you can come back to the conclusion that, well, what I did was correct, but I just kind of got fucked. And sometimes what you did wasn't correct, and you should have taken the other line when you think through all the outs. But a lot of the time, if you're a reasonable Magic player, like just because you took the right line doesn't mean you're gonna win, right? Stop it. You want to cut Cryptic Command against the deck full of cards that kill us when they resolve? That's just nuts. That's nonsense. Yeah, humans, that's true. I think that's a fair assessment. I think humans in general tend to be pretty results based with their thinking. That is definitely good advice. The heart of the cards will never lead you wrong. Why would the heart of the cards steer you wrong? So I'm gonna go ahead and play this. I'm gonna play this out because I can Spell Snare their 2-drop Niv with the $1 donation. I'm a results-based gamer. I lost, therefore I'm bad at Magic. More quarters for Martyrs. Sounds good. I'm gonna play this out and put a stop on my upkeep again, because with the Delver trigger and this, we can go ahead and choose not to draw the card that's on top of our deck when we see it. Attack you with Wandering One, go. The meme came alive. There are a lot of people that think that way, and that's not even just a Magic player thing. There's like this Surgical-esque card in Hex, and people like just fucking main deck it in their Hex decks. It's like so absurd. They just like don't get it. And I don't want to draw a land here, so I'm going to go ahead and crack this fetch land. Shuffle that Faerie Conclave, and then draw Faerie Conclave because Magic Online. Holy shit, we drew a different card. That's so weird. I don't understand, chat. How can I draw a different card? How can I draw a different card? This is new and scary. Alright, so if they have a sweeper here, we can remand it and then Vendilion Clique the sweeper out of their hand. Well, I mean, as far as cards that don't flip Delver go, that one's like towards the top of the ones I want to draw, right? It's just nice to keep the chat clean, Burning Piggy. People are so used to just like spewing everything everywhere. And like I think we're in a position where like we don't really give a shit about Bloodbraid Elf, right? Because we can just like hopefully flip these and then race them in the air. Look, my Wandering Ones, they're kind of great. There are many like them, but these ones are mine. Would you play Alpine Moon in this deck? Probably, maybe I'd split the Damping Spheres. Maybe I'd go like 2-2, because I do like having access to Damping Sphere against like Storm and stuff like that. but I could definitely see the appeal of Alpine Moon, especially in matchups like this. I don't know that I think this matchup is strictly bad. Like, I think we got pretty close in that first game. We're looking okay here. I'll be heading to cornfield time, headed to Tennessee. Welcome to the Midwest. Is Tennessee technically... I think Tennessee's technically the South. It is cornfield time, though. What you got? What you got? Escape Shifts, Primeval Titans. None of these cards matter because I have Remand, Snap Remand. So let's leave those right where they are. Never forget, chat, that the best Vendilion Cliques are the ones where you let them keep all their cards. Come on, Delver. This is... God, fuck you, Delver. Remember when I said we were okay? I lied. We are no longer okay. We needed to flip by turn 5. We needed to flip by turn 5. We might still be okay here. We might still be okay here. Especially with this fetch, like, next turn we can Delver trigger and then fetch before the second one. So, like, you know, it's not all bad. And, like, we're still in a position to win this game, even though we've gotten pretty exceptionally unlucky with these, which I think is, like, a sign that, like, it's probably fine, right? Like, if we're going to be in a position to win this game where, like, we run this bad, like, when we run close to average, it'll be okay. Look at that. We wouldn't have flipped next turn either. God bless you, Remand. God bless you. I mean, like, did you not see the game we just played against Storm where, like, we played Delver on 1, flipped it on 2, and then killed them on turn 4? Like, so now before this next trigger, we'll crack this fetch land. Grab this island. Damn it, Delver. I was trying to make a case for you. I was trying to make a case for you. I was trying to back you up and tell these people not to shit down your throat, but you're just sitting here shitting on me back. So, I feel in Modern, people are so used to Serum Visions being in every deck, a lot of which are combo decks, that they underestimate the amount of tempo loss that you experience from having to pay mana to set up your draws. Modern is a fast, brutal format where every piece of mana you spend that doesn't interact with the board comes at a very, very real cost to you as a player. So I don't think Opt is good because Opt doesn't help set up Delver. And that's why I'm pretty sure that's why the person is talking about Serum Vision, because Serum Vision's like technically helps set up Delver. All right, well now we need a live draw or a Delver flip. This is the end of the road, chat. This is the last time these fucks can't. We need you to flip. I haven't needed you to flip this entire game, chat. This entire game, Delver. But this turn, this is the turn I need you to flip. This is it's been okay. I'm not upset with the first 6 turns where you didn't flip, but this is the 7th turn. This is the 7th turn of the game, Delver, and I fucking need you to flip. I need it. We need it, or we're going to die. So please, Delver, yes, see, Delver comes through in your time of need. In your time of need, Delver has your back. I would just like everybody who shat on my Delvers and called them all sorts of bad names like unplayable in Modern to realize that when you really need him, Delver flips his ass over. Just appreciate that when we needed him, he was there. Delver knew that we didn't really need him. We had the Remands and we had the Snapcaster Mages. Delver's a good guy. Don't shit on my Wandering One. He turns into the 3-2 when he's fucking good and ready to be a 3-2, okay? Great Delver. Flipped on turn 7. I feel like the Delver flipping on turn 7, like, that's the card R&D designed. That's what they were envisioning when they designed Delver of Secrets, right? They were like, this card's gonna flip on turns 4 to 7, and it's gonna be perfectly balanced. Alright, I'm gonna keep this hand, because it's got a bunch of pressure. This is a Delver hand, yep. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. What's going on? Lepra, welcome. Welcome to a live one. No, Delver would see almost 0 play if it costs 2 mana. There are just much better options at 2. Alright, show me a land, Delver. Yeah, good guy. See, good guy Delver's got your back, chat. Don't you shit on my fucking Delvers. Alright, so this is the part where we go Delver, and they fucking Anger of the Gods us, and we can see the game on the spot. Oh, that bolt is good for us. That means they probably don't have a sweeper here. That bolt is... I've never been so excited to get my Delver bolted in my life. I've never been so excited to get my Delver bolted. Mom spaghetti, knees weak, arms are heavy, vomit on his sweater already. Nah, there's like no way you bolt there instead of taking 1 damage. Holy shit. All right, these flip, we're going to run them down. Come on, come on. Damn it, Bobby. Damn it, Bobby. You were the chosen one. Delver guy with the Twitch. I feel like I earned that one. I feel like I've really earned Delver guy's sub here. I thank you for the Twitch Prime. There's a lot of great people making a lot of far less obnoxious content than me out there, but thanks for choosing to support mine this month. I'm okay offering this trade, I think. I think if they want to trade here, I'm okay with that, because they missed a land drop. Yeah, I didn't think they were going to take it. Bob Voyaslas, thank you for the Twitch Prime support. Thanks for keeping me employed, folks. I really appreciate that. The subs are the reason that I'm able to be here, so... Thanks for letting me know that you feel I'm worth keeping around. The basic potato with the Twitch Prime. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Deal resolves. I'm gonna point this Wizard Lightning at their dome. I'm gonna point the Lightning Bolt at their dome here too, right? We're just gonna like blast them. Potatoes. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. Boil 'em, mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. What's taters? Potatoes, sideboard. Some of these decks main deck Relic, actually. Yeah, this feels a little bad if they have another bolt here, but I definitely think I'm just supposed to, like, blast these off. 'Cause, like, especially if, like, one of these flips, the Wizard Lightning's gonna cost me 3. So, if they don't have double bolt here, we're in an okay spot. Like, we're knocking their health total down. I've got this Negate and I've got this Remand. So, like, don't kill my other one, please. God bless. Survey says, yep. Yep. Hitting some more lands here, like, isn't the end of the world. If we hit an untapped land next turn, we can actually start attacking with Faerie Conclave while still holding up Remand and Negate, which is decent. I'd be kind of surprised if they don't cycle this Relic since they've been missing land drops. Unless they already have a land in their hand. But, like, I feel like if they don't have a land guaranteed, they need to cycle that Relic there for sure. Their deck just needs to hit all of its land drops. We are getting to a point where this Valakut's going to start dealing damage to our creatures, which is a big deal. I think I just have to let this happen. Hopefully they miss on a land again here. Yeah, I don't care about that one. I guess this gives them a cycle. Maybe I'm supposed to counter that to stop them, try and stop them from hitting a land drop. That's very possible. Really want to flip to a red spell. Or Cryptic Command, one of the two. Now I'm really sad I didn't burn the Negate. Like, super sad I didn't burn the Negate. Again, gonna offer this trade because they're not gonna take it. And here's the problem with Valakut when you don't like have enough pressure early is like now their Valakut's just gonna start like motoring down my creatures, and I can't really do a lot to stop it. I'm gonna negate a ramp spell here if it's like a search for tomorrow. Choke. Huh. Huh. Do I actually care about that? I almost feel like I don't, right? I think I'm gonna remand here just to like draw a card. I'm not actually sure I care about that. Can we talk about my friend Spirebluff Canal and Faerie Conclave and this Mutavault? Let's talk about my friends. Have a little discussion here. What's going on? That is a card I should be conscious of out of these green decks, though. Think about when I'm tapping my lands. All right, so they can shoot down my Delver with Sakura Tribe Elder here, which is not irrelevant. Do I care enough to negate this? I think I do. Especially with the Snapcaster Mage. Yeah, I think the Delvers are fine just because like you said, like we're still in this game even though the Delver's been kind of poop, right? So like I think that's a big deal. Now, I think just taking minimal amounts of damage from our mana base is, like, pretty reasonable. Like, I think I like the 6 fetch lands. I'm actually gonna run to the restroom really quick. I'll be right back. Let's see if this fuck flips real quick here. Oh, yeah. Talk about a flip. Let's go. Let's go. I'm gonna sacrifice this in response now. Yeah. All right. I'll be right back. So the fact that they're at 10 might make this a little bit of a challenge. But drawing Valakut definitely helps. We are 1-1 in this league. This is game 3 of this third match. I punted to Jun in the first round, and we beat Storm in the second one. Literally just tried to fast forward, right? Oh, this is live and in Technicolor. So I definitely can't swing into them here because I need to hold up Cryptic Command / Snapcaster Mage. But this does actually mean that even untapped lands are decent draws here because an untapped land means I can start shipping in with this Mutavault while holding up Snapcaster and Cryptic Command. I'm basically snap remanding anything they play here that's kind of meaningful or snap negating because I just want to get pressure onto the table to beat them down here. They're at 10. They've got their Valakut with their 6 mountains. I need to just close this game out ASAP. Prismatic Omen. Yeah, that's definitely going to qualify for a Snap Negate, I think. I guess we could get Scape Shifted here, but I think this is worthwhile. Because, like, if their fetch lands start dealing 6, they're just going to kill us that way very, very quickly. Again, making sure not to tap my Steam Vents just in case they have another choke. Sure. Wanted an untapped land or a threat there, and that'll do pig. We're not going to draw step the Vendilion Clique, because if they draw a card that we need to counter, we'll Cryptic it. And if they don't draw something that we need to counter, we can just end step the Vendilion Clique. They can kill a lot of our threats with Valakut, but a lot of our threats also have flash. So a lot of our threats will be burn spells unless they have exactly fetch lands or Steves. It is nice that they only have 2 green, yep. 10 out of 10. Alright, so now I'm going to shock this in, and I'm going to draw step this click because I don't have an answer to a game-winning play if they have one. So if they have a Titan or Escape Shift here, I need to stop it. I think I just leave them those. They get to swelter my click, but I get to snare the Farseek. And like, I'm just hoping to draw some burn spells here. They cycled that. That's really good for us, unless they hit something that's lethal. Because I can spell snare this. Yep, I have another mountain. So like, now we're top decking, but like I have them dead in 2 with my creature lands here, so... I'm pretty sure I'm just supposed to hope they brick off here. So I could hold the Mana Leak up for exactly... Even Titan plays through Mana Leak, right? They have... No, they only have 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I could Mana Leak Titan here, but I think I'm supposed to just crack them and, like, hope they brick. So they have some draws that kill us here, but I definitely think we're just supposed to make them have it. And, like, remember, like, this was a game where our Delver didn't flip for, like, 8 turns, and, like, we're very much in this game. And, like, if the Delver would have flipped, it would have been a slam dunk, obviously. Are we not to the Titan? Yeah, I think you're right that we're actually not to the Titan. I'm gonna fetch a basic mountain here, so that way if they have choke, we play around that. Yeah, sweet. That was a sweet set. There were a lot of great. And that's why that's the reason that I fell in love with this deck. So this was the first modern deck I ever really played a ton, and just like this archetype just generates such sweet games of Magic where you get to make a lot of decisions. There's a lot of micro choices throughout every single game that you get to minimize and maximize. Have a good suite of disruption, good suite of interaction. You get some aggressive draws on the back of Delver, secrets flipping. Sometimes he does that. I hear sometimes this card flips himself over. On occasion, once or twice. Winning die rolls is good with the Mana Leak Remand deck too, not that we're doing that today. Tron! Alright, let's do it. I guess it depends on what they do here. If they set up for turn 3 Tron, we're going to need to hold up Remand. If they don't set up for turn 3 Tron, we can just Wizard Lightning them during our upkeep. No, obviously not this 75, this archetype. This archetype. So they need to have the last Tron piece naturally in hand. So I'm going to gamble for the sake of getting pressure into play here. And I'm going to blast off this Wizard Lightning now. Because remember, if this Delver decides to flip here, we're not going to have a Wizard anymore to make this cheaper. I'm sure he's not going to decide to flip, so we're going to look kind of silly, but I think it's correct to blast them there. And we can go Faerie Conclave tapped, and then smack them. And then next turn we can go Scalding Tarn, hold up Remand, or snap Wizard Lightning, which is nice. Just get some pressure on them. Oh. Yeah, rewarded. So if they don't have natural Tron next turn, we're going to be in a pretty good spot. We have Remand into Snap Remand into Cryptic Command, which is just like a lot of tempo after we flip this fuck on one. God, fuck everything about Tron. Just fuck all of it. Just like, it's so absurd that like this deck is legal and Stoneforge Mystic isn't. It's so absurd, chat. It's so absurd. We played so well and made such good decisions, and none of it fucking matters because of these cards. Please, Vapor Snag. I hate everything about everything. This is good. Everything you can tell that I love something in Modern if it's got a shit Tron matchup. You can tell that I love it in Modern if it's like attack them to 17. Well, the problem is they're going to have another payoff here. So I can't Snapcaster Mage to prevent the damage because I need to Remand them. And their 40 card deck with 4 Demonic Tutors, right? Let's stand up while we're salty. It's easier to shake the salt off while we stand. And, like, the sad part is, like, if we just would have won this die roll, we probably would have beaten their turn 3 naturals, right? We would have been able to Remand this and then beat them down. We would have had, like, Remand into Snap Remand into Cryptic Commands and stuff like that. I mean, like, the only card in our deck that's, like, amazing here is, like, exactly Vapor Snag. I don't know who Gilbert Joffrey is. I'm gonna hope that's a compliment, but I genuinely have no idea who that is. Yeah, it's amazing how good Hearthstone is at balancing their shit, because the coin is such a good mechanic. It's kind of absurd how good of a mechanic the coin is. So, in Hearthstone, the player on the draw gets a free Lotus Petal in their hand to make up for the tempo. In addition to drawing an extra card, you get a Lotus Petal in your hand. Yeah, this game's probably done. If we drew a Vapor Snag, we might have been okay there. So Damping Spheres and Negates in. Electrolyzes and Wizard Lightning's out. Seems fine. I don't think I want to breed. Just reached ranked 5. Awesome. Rank 5 is where I stop every season. I've gotten to like 3 before, but I stopped trying when I hit 5. Do I want to braid? Killing O-Stone is kind of appealing. Killing O-Stone is kind of appealing. Bolt Snap bolting is kind of nice, though. I don't know that I necessarily want to Abrade in this matchup. Yeah, I just want to face them, I agree. The face is the place. I think my Vapor Snags and my Cryptic Command should be good enough. This is like fine, not good, but fine. Yeah, but I have counter spells too. It's not like every card they cast is going to resolve. Also, like, them spending 8 mana to O-Stone my board is a lot of mana. I'm like, if I'm not beating them under them spending 8 mana to O-Stone my board, I'm probably not winning that game anyways. I'm not actually sure if Wet Ball is good or not in this deck. Like, it's interesting because, like, obviously it does what we want. And, like, look at this hand. Blood Moon would be pretty rancid here, right? But it's neat because, like, this deck also wants to play multiple spells in a turn a lot of the time. So I definitely think that this is a deck where Alpine Moon will really shine. This is a deck where that is definitely an effect that I'm interested in having in my deck. Vendilion Clique's a good draw there. Good quick clock. So when we have moons, I'll definitely have probably try at least 2 Alpine Moons in the board. I like that Damping Sphere also covers Storm, so like part of me feels like I'll probably end up like splitting them 2-2. I'm just gonna let this happen. I can like Sprite a Nature's Claim. I want to just get my Clique into play and start killing them ASAP. This is probably getting a forest. Part of the reason to Sprite that is probably getting a forest. But no, all of them stop producing mana. So if you look here, Magic Online has the Oracle text. The thing that these cards care about is that this says land Urza's Mine, and Alpine Moon removes land Urza's Mine. No, Andrew, that's not how that works. Magic's intuitive and easy to understand, remember? Their hand is really bad, so we're gonna let them keep all of those. And by really bad, I mean, like, it's kind of okay, but our hand can beat it. So remember, the best Vendicliques are the ones where you don't have to do anything. Yeah, they lose the land subtype. So the Tron pieces aren't checking the name of the Tron lands, they're checking the subtypes that the lands have, and Alpine Move removes the subtypes from these cards. Try again next time. That's a good one. That's a good one. I'm going to fire up this Mutavault. And not only does Alpine Moon hurt Tron, but, like, this deck gets kind of annoyed by Celestial Colonnade, and it definitely wants to answer, like, Search for Azcanta. So, like, if I had Alpine Moons in the sideboard of this deck, I would get to board them in against a deck like, Jeskai Control as well. We have a very reasonable clock here. I'd really like to draw an untapped land here so we can, like, smack with the Mutavault and hold Cryptic Command. That is a tapped land. I'm pretty sure 4 Spire Bluffs in this deck is correct. I could maybe see playing slightly less than just, like, maybe 2 is right. It's not even just that core sets are awesome. I think it's, like, we're experiencing a change in design philosophy where like they're like I tweeted about this morning. It feels like they're intentionally designing cards with modern in mind, which is great. That's great for the game. Do I want to Cryptic Command this? That lets them Thragtusk us next turn potentially, but I feel like I just need to Cryptic Command this, right? Those are not the colors of mana that I need. Oh, I can Sprite it. Yeah, that's definitely how that works. Yeah, it's been a while, chat. It's been a while. That's why there's Mutavaults in the deck. Gosh, that's good. Am I supposed to fire this up? Probably. Just like force them to do this. The old post-combat field your Mutavault. Really? That's interesting. Okay, it's like you're more afraid of my Faerie Conclave than my Mutavault? Stop it. I would like to apologize for this ugly Cryptic Command. It's very miserable. I think one of my favorite things about when I used to play this deck is people would complain that like you drew all your counterspells that game, and it's like, well, my deck is like 14 counterspells in Snapcaster Mage, so like, yeah, I drew my deck. Yeah, the more I think about Damping Sphere in this deck, the more I think Alpine Moon is just the card we actually want, which is sweet, which is really sweet. I'm excited about that. I think we're gonna play more of this deck in the future, but I think we're gonna wait until when does the core set release? Does anybody know what's the release date on the core set? The core set's gonna be out before I play the Open in Indy, right? 2 weeks? Sweet, awesome. So I'm looking for a deck to play at the Open in Indianapolis at the end of July. So means I can definitely consider core set cards. Whoo! Sand was okay before we drew that. Now it's great. And imagine if we just like had Alpine Moon here, right? Like I'd get to slam Moon on turn 1 and then start holding up sprites and stuff on turn 3. Like this would be much better as an Alpine Moon here. So I'm pretty set on just finding the best, what I feel is the best Spellstutter Sprite deck for Indianapolis at this point. So that may or may not be, you know, this is a Oblivion Stone. Okay, so like this is a reason to have an Abrade in my deck. So this O Stone kind of sucks. You have to look another human being in the eye while you announce Spellstutter. You're so fucking rude. You're so rude. I would like to sprite your spell. Because I love casting this card. And Magic's about casting spells that you enjoy casting. If they're greedy enough, this Cryptic could get them. I think I'm just supposed to push damage, though, and then, like, hope my Remand and my Cryptic, like, close out the game after they Oblivion Stone me. You just need to hope, like, they don't have, like, Ulamog. Ulamog's pretty unbeatable at this point. Like I said, I need to sit down and think about the matchup and like what matters and what doesn't matter, but there's a very good chance that I should just have Abrades in my deck post board. Like if this had been an Abrade, we'd have been winning this game by a pretty significant margin. I have another click, so I'm gonna go ahead and force their Oblivion Stone here, basically. Their hand does shit. Alright, God bless. God bless. You can keep every single one of those. Maybe I'm not supposed to fire up the Mutavault here because there's a good chance they crack the Oblivion Stone. No, but like, so because okay, so let me articulate myself. I know that Oblivion Stone doesn't kill my Mutavault, but if they're pulling the trigger on Oblivion Stone anyways, I'd like to play my Vendilion Clique this turn, so that way I have a permanent source of pressure in play. So the reason to not fire up the Mutavault isn't because I think it dies to Oblivion Stone. The reason to not fire up the Mutavault is because I'd like to play my Vendilion Clique this turn. That's the reason. So that's good. I should explain that. So like that was the monologue that I had in my head, but that was not what I articulated to you all. So I have this Cryptic, and I have this Clique, and I have the Snapcaster Mage. I think I'm supposed to draw step click them here, just like get max pressure into play, right? If I draw step click them and they don't have it, and I draw an untapped land, I actually kill them. Because I have Lightning Bolt in my discard pile. Democracy Towards Possibility Storm, aka the best card ever printed. 10 out of 10 will do. Thank you for that. Do I let them keep this? I think I let them keep this, right? I think it's just like, yeah, that's fine. Vapor Snag. All right, so then if they draw a brick here, they're dead? Survey says. Okay, so this star actually means they're not dead because they get to Nature's Claim their Wormcoil Engine. All right, we've got some live draws. Wonder if they're gonna Vapor Snag their thing or Nature's Claim their thing or not. Yeah, it's a good conservative play. Does casting that accomplish anything? I think it does. Right? It kind of does. It definitely makes my Remand a lot better, right? So they get to gain 3 here, but that means I still flip. If I flip to a bolt, they die. I don't think so. They had a lot of things we could have taken that could have punished us there. I don't think it was greedy. I think it was correct to not take the Worm Coil. Now this attack is kind of greedy. I'd like to remand your spell. This is a Walking Ballista. Woof. That's good. That's good. Survey says. Yep. 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 See, Delver knows you, and thank you. Thank you, Gazzy. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Delver understands when his people need him, chat. Don't you doubt my Delvery boy. Yep. Jump here. Go to 4. Dead on board. Have a remand. So they could play this for... Gosh, they draw Thragtusk? We could still die here, yeah. Because I can't Spell Snare this Ballista because of Damping Sphere. Which again, like, if this Damping Sphere was Alpine Moon, I'd be winning this game. Whoa, why didn't they play the Ballista for 1? Alright, well, the opponent decided they didn't want to win. And we have a Cryptic Command here, so I guess we'd still be okay. But, like, they definitely could have played Ballista for 1 and shot the Vendilion Clique. We'd have been okay, I think, because of Cryptic Command, but maybe. Why can't they play it for 1? They could definitely play it for 1. I can't cast the snare. This is symmetrical. This is why. Okay, we had a bit there from game. We had a 2-month resub. Thank you. Yeah. So, and again, this is why like Alpine Moon is going to be much better for this deck than Damping Sphere is because of the symmetry there. Yeah. Stupid low latency Twitch. All right, well, we're 3-1, and the first match I punted to Jund, and Wizard Lightning was a little bit awkward. So I don't know if Lightning is good, but I like the core of this deck. Who the fuck am I kidding? I love this deck. This deck is great. This deck is so much fun. This deck plays exactly the type of Magic I want to be playing. Fuck. Matt, are you watching? Matt, save me from myself. Save me from myself. Help. I need somebody help. Not just anybody help. Thank you everyone for hanging out here today. Thanks for helping me get by with the Delvers. My name is Jeff Hogan. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. If you enjoy my stuff, please consider doing like Gazni and many other people have done today and subscribe to my channel. My subscribers are quite literally the people who keep me employed. They are quite wonderful, and thank you to all of them who help keep me here day in and day out. You can also support my stuff by supporting some of my wonderful sponsors. MTGOtraders.com. I love to buy and sell some Magic Online cards with you. And if you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout with them, you'll save 8% on your singles orders there. CoolStuffInc.com. Buy and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags. And of course, I'd like to welcome everyone out there to Hoaglandia. Please talk to your friendly neighborhood moderator about receiving your complimentary timeout. Someone commented on the price of the fetches in this deck. So while the Scalding Tarns are optimal, The Misty Rainforest could be just any blue fetch land. So Misty Rainforest is just blue fetches 5 and 6. So these could be polluted deltas or flooded strands. And if you needed to budget more, you definitely could make all of these deltas and strands. If those are cheaper for you, you have those already. Not having Scalding Tarn is going to cost you some percentage points against aggressive decks, especially. But by and large, it's not going to be that different. It's fine. It's a little bit mana heavy, but like we've got a Mutavault to attack. We've got a Delverino on one. All right, let's go. This is a matchup I want to play. I'm excited. Kill me dead. And like, this could definitely be a place where like having Wizard Lightning instead of like Burst Lightning could be good or bad. Are 22 spells enough to flip Delver? The game against Valakut where Delver didn't flip till turn 7 would disagree, but I think 22 is fine. I think you are pretty close to even against decks like... And I think Ceremonious Rejection is a narrow card, and the matches that it helps are already okay for you. Polyvitas, thank you very much. The only place on the internet where I'm willing to pay for timeouts. Thanks for the 213 subscription. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Matt can't save you. Democracy has chosen your fate. "22 spells, 30 spells, 8 spells, it's all the same." Ooh, opponent foolishly named Lightning Bolt. A little no-ghosтерino, huh? God bless you, opponent. God bless you and your no-ghosting. Named Lightning Bolt. Oh, my sweet summer child. Wizard Lightning, you say? Getcha! Named the wrong Lightning Bolt, opponent. Named the wrong Lightning Bolt. I just play the decks as they pop up in the queue. So next time that deck makes it towards the top of the queue, we'll be playing it again. Look at that. Flip. What a goddamn professional. Play the Wizard Lightning, flip to actual factual Lightning Bolt. Look at this Delvery dude just doing his best to get in there. Just like, just get you. Hopefully they play 2/2 drops this turn so that way I can Spell Snare the second one. Hopefully they play 2/2 drops so I can Spell Snare one of them. Is this scripted or real life? This is live and in Technicolor. Help. I need somebody. Help. Not just anybody. Help. We need somebody. Help. That's true. Shannon usually comes through and bumps Crystal Brand pretty consistently. I'm sure we'll get back to it at some point. All right. Let's go ahead and fetch a Steam Vents here. Let's get that out of our deck. That is not the spell, so at some point we'll draw another spell this game, hopefully. Thankfully, the opponent's hand's looking pretty anemic as well, so... We have a Delvery do. Gosh, Electrolyze would have been hot there, huh? So, post-board, because unlike a lot of the blue-red decks that people like to send me in on stream, I built this deck myself. What that means is I thought about the important matchups like humans, and when we go to post-board in this matchup, I have enough sideboard cards to bring in that we get to cut all of the mana leaks and all of the remands and the Spell Snare and board in 10 pieces of spot removal, basically. Oh, God, I did not think I was going to get to use this as a magic card. I did not think that was going to have a magic card with text. Yeah, you can ask me about card choices for this deck. I put some thought into a lot of them. I don't think I've made all of the correct decisions, but I did put thought into this deck list. So this is one of the rare moments on stream where you can go, Hogland, why did you make this decision? And I can be like, I made this decision because, and it's not just going to be, well, someone fucking paid me to do it, that's why. Smush. It's a good spell to draw. Jeff is word at deck building. You can choose good. Yeah, if they don't hit Reflector Mage for a little bit here, because I want to snap a Bolt this turn. Want to snoop Bolt. This is a Reflector Mage. Tilt. What's good though is, so while this feels awkward, we do get to cast Delver of Secrets next turn, because that's how Magic the Gathering works. We do in fact get to cast Delver next turn still, which is nice. Because they bounced Insectile Aberration, not Delver of Secrets. Is that Thalia's Lieutenant? Okay, so in response to this trigger, we're going to Wizard Lightning the Reflector Mage. This game could get away from us here, for sure. We're going to need to draw some live ones. Ooh, that's a pretty live one. So I get to do this. I get to put this into play. I get to fire up this Mutavault and Smush for 4. I get to hold this land as a way to shuffle after my Delver flips. Or in case it doesn't flip. I probably wouldn't be surprised to see them trade here. Yeah, I should do that now before I forget. I am good at making good decisions within the confines of shitty decks, Burgle. Like, is this deck tier 1? Is it tier 2? Is it tier 4? No, it's probably down in the 12 area. But I feel like I've made good decisions in the confines of what this deck is trying to do. No, this deck wants Dig Through Time. Dig Through Time is the card I would like to have in my deck. Gosh, are they thinking about taking this here? That's so greedy. That would be so greedy. I have a dirty secret that people are gonna find shocking. Dig Through Time is better than Treasure Cruise. Fight me. Fight me, chat. Dig Through Time is better than Treasure Cruise. Yeah! Get out of here, humans. Alright, so again, good at deck building. I get to board these out. I get to board these out. I get to board these in. I get to board all of these in. And I get to board this in. Look at that. That is how you fucking know that your deck is built at least with something smart in mind. Did you see how I had 9 cards that are just like rancid here and I don't want in my deck, and I didn't have to sit here and fumble and bumble for what cards I wanted to board in? I just cut all of the shitty cards and then boarded in 9 cards that I wanted. That's how your sideboard should be built. It's possible we want a Grim Lavamancer. Someone talked about that earlier. It's very possible Grim Lavamancer is a card I should have in my sideboard. It might be better than this Magma Spray, or like the third Abrade, or like this Firespout. All these cards could be a Grim Lavamancer. I think 1 Lavamancer is probably reasonable. But like, that's how you want to approach deck building. You don't just want to throw random sideboard cards in your board. What you want to do is, you want to look at the cards you have in front of you, and you want to go, okay, I want to cut 9 cards against humans, or I want to cut 5 cards against humans. And then you want to make sure your sideboard has, Spellstutter Sprite is great, you shut your mouth. You shut your mouth, Spellstutter Sprite is wonderful. You stop it. You take my Spellstutter Sprites away from me. I don't think Snare is better than Sprite. Sprite chump blocks and it attacks for 1. Y'all really don't appreciate the value of attacking for 1. Kids these days, they just don't appreciate attacking for 1. Lavamancer is a wizard. Gosh, I'm so good at this. I'm so good at this, chat. I'm so good at this. That Hogland, he's so lucky. He's so lucky. Yeah, I don't want Anger of the Gods because Firespout doesn't kill my flying creatures. So I'd prefer if my flying creatures didn't die. Back in my day, we had to attack for 1 uphill both ways in a blizzard. Right? That's what I'm saying. These kids, they just don't get it. Well, I can't abrade this anymore, which is sad. Flip. Woo! I can shock I can lightning bolt this Bizwitch, though. That's not true. This isn't a wizard. Turns out, not a wizard on the backside, chat. You're not a wizard, Harry. It's sad, but it's true. You're not a wizard. Nice insect, idiot, right? Oh, no! Oh, no! No, I think I just want to kill them. I think I just want to kill them. Sin Collector. That's fine. I have a lot of sins. Dealer's choice. It's very possible I should have played Faerie Conclave last turn instead of fetching a tapped land. It's very possible I should have played the Faerie Conclave so I could go click on 3 and then smash for 8 in the air on 4. We getting Image Sin Collector? Yeah, that's fine. Those don't take my Vendilion Clique, which is nice. I feel like you might be somewhat good at that. Oh, jeez. Oh, God. Oh, chat. Oh, jeez. I have to fucking sit down for a minute. Oh, God. Oh, jeez. I just need everybody to appreciate it. Just soak it in for a fucking second, okay? Just... All right. Let's attack for 3. Let's get back to work. Just, you gotta take a moment and appreciate the little things. I think we're supposed to Staticaster now because I don't want them to Violent Athalia's Lieutenant and get me. Are you taking donations for cubes / stipulation cubes? I am not at the moment. Yep, I know how magic works. Is this a good card? This is a good card to have on the board? That card seems okay. This is also a wizard, by the way. No, I played Mutavault. We were on the draw this game. I played the Mutavault before I sat down. I played the Mutavault before I poured one out there. That's true. It's just a lot. My woo, baby. Oh, baby. We are gonna run this one back once we have Alpine Moon. We're not gonna play this deck again until Alpine Moon is printed, but I would just like everybody to appreciate that we 4-1'd with my favorite deck that's ever existed in Modern. Alright, thoughts. We lost to Jund, and I fucked up the first game, and Wizard Lightning cost us the second game. So, decision / conclusions you need to come to in this deck. Are Wizard Lightnings better than playing Burst Lightning in this deck? The answer to that question is, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. The other thing is, I probably want a Grim Lavamancer in the sideboard, probably over this Magma Spray. It's probably over this Magma Spray. I think that's probably a reasonable swap. Could be over the Firespout, too. I'm not sure the Firespout's amazing. This is kind of like 3 mana is a lot of mana, and it's a sorcery. I think 2 or even all 3 of these Damping Spheres should probably be Alpine Moons. No, I want my cards to be instant speeds. I don't think Burn's a bad matchup for this deck. This deck doesn't take much damage from its lands, and we have a ton of counter spells, and combined with pressure, and we have cheap interaction. It's possible I should try Thing in the Ice. Thing in the Ice is less aggressive, more controlling. What kind of nation would take? I genuinely just don't want to play this deck again until we have Alpine Moon on Magic Online. So I believe we get M19 like July 7th or so. So this deck, we're not going to play this deck again for a couple of weeks. It's like, I was thinking about this deck and it was on my mind and I really wanted to play it. I spent far too much time thinking about this deck last night. So I'm glad we played it. TT in the board could be interesting. I think it's too slow. If we played Thing, I think it would be instead of Delver. I think if we played Thing, it would be instead of Delver. And honestly, Delver's pretty fucking good, right? Like, Delver's pretty decent. So, we got more decks to play today. If you didn't catch all the matches with that deck, we played it for almost 2 hours. It'll be up on my YouTube channel later. For next, what do we have next? We have Black Devotion up next. So, back... And again, these are going to be back to decks that I have not built. These are viewer submitted decks. The problem with Field of Ruin is that we have 4 Mutavaults. You just don't have room. If Taylor was a wizard, right?